Best Carl Anthony impression?
Oh my God, call a foul.
Yo guys, can I get your zestiest Carl Anthony impression?
And after all that,
Can I get your zestiest Carl Anthony impression?
oh my God.
Hey bro, can I get your zestiest Carl Anthony impression?
Oh my God.
I want to see when they go back to back. Yeah, there it
Get
is.
your zestiest Carl Anthony impression.
The dude just walks by, and they're just
Carl
continuing
Anthony
the
impression.
sentence.
Carl
But there's
Anthony
one of these videos too that also show all the court audio where he does "I Know We're Live."
We're alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need to explain this.
Oh yes, the Zesty video. There's a lot of Zesty Carl Anthony Towns videos out
He calls him Big Zesty.
Big Zest.
Big Zest.
He's got a whole
Big
bunch
Z.
of them. But my favorite's
So
the one with
dumb.
all the Nick fans where they're just interviewing, can you give me your best cat impression? And everybody's like, oh my God. Like, this shit is great, man.
I mean,
But there's another one where they show him getting fouled. Oh my God. Like, during the game. And there's like maybe 15 different instances of it where he's like, come on. You know, he's like,
A-Rod's at the game?
it's pretty crazy. Who's there?
look,
A-Rod?
Because he owns the Timberwolves.
Oh, I didn't know.
that's right, yes.
Yep.
But is he like that? He's not the only one.
No,
Yeah,
I'm sure he's a minority owner.
Anyway, the point is,
That's kind of racist, though.
you know,
I mean.
Carl
Oh, you
Anthony
mean like low
Towns-
money?
The weird thing about this whole ordeal is they're in the conference finals. They haven't been there in forever. And
25 years.
He's been playing phenomenal, and yet
He won them the only game in the
He's got
series.
this legion of fucking New York Knicks fans that are bashing him. You haven't been this far in quarter century, and he's
Yeah.
a big reason why.
Those are the same kids that are running
And-
out in the street after the game.
I don't. And again, I don't think that Tibbs is using his lineup the right way, as we stated back in segment one. But I don't think Cat Towns is the problem here, because he's put up pretty good numbers in this series. In fact, he's had a 30. He won, to Tom's point, the game they won, it was
He won
him.
that game.
It was him, and he's 100% right. That was as close to a Larry Joe moment as I've seen out of a Nick in my life.
20 points, 8 rebounds in the fourth quarter.
Larry Bird, 20 points, game 7 against Dominic.
That was
That's
nasty.
what it was. That's where it
And
was.
he wiped his ass with Miles Turner.
I never thought I'd put that idiot in the same sentence as Larry Bird, but he that's what it was. And you got to be fair.
And after all that,
He wiped his ass with Miles Turner.
No, he did. But the point is, he's outplayed Miles Turner this series. It hasn't mattered
Yeah.
a much
because the
another
Knicks
zesty
aren't
individual.
playing the right defense on this team, and they're trying to keep up with them.
Yeah.
God bless him.
You don't keep up with them. You slow them down. Why are you trying to keep up with them? You can't keep up with them. That's been proven. Okay? Why not slow them down? And see if they can
Let's
go. Why not slow them down and see if they can go toe to toe with you? Because that's why I put my money on the Knicks. I thought Tibbs would get them into this scenario. He hasn't done it yet. And Rick Carlisle has coached circles around him, which I didn't think he'd coach circles around him. I just said Tibbs better be on his game because this motherfucker can coach. And so far, it's been a mismatch. So far. It's not over yet, and I don't think it's over yet. But Tibbs better start fucking getting in the lab and come up with some shit because he can't go out like this. No. So anyway, we were going before we got
Dickhead donkey.
that dickhead is a donkey award. It's funny how in terms of politics we have our Michael Jordan in terms of idiocy. His name is Donald Trump. Like this motherfucker every day can do something that just makes you feel very bad about being an American. That's how embarrassing this man can be on a daily fucking basis. I've never seen such dominance of such idiocy in all my entire life.
Yeah.
But Donald Trump has mastered the art of idiocy, and I don't even know that. I didn't know it was an art, but it is now.
Well, he's made it really, it's an art, it's a science. I mean, it's
Larry,
truly.
Anyone that can-
Hoover and the Chrisley family and
I didn't see
Any
that.
person that
yeah,
can,
today Larry Hoover is a gangster disciple guy. He pardoned him.
Oh, yeah, he pardoned
Talking
a bunch of guys.
Talking about pardoning.
He pardoned some reality TV couple that
That's what I'm saying. The Chrisley.
Embezzlement.
Yeah.
no,
they
it's the government fraud.
didn't pay all any taxes
Yeah,
or
their
something.
taxes.
Dude,
Oh,
he
they're okay.
pardoned some sheriff from Culpeper, kind of near where I grew up,
Yeah.
who took bribes from undercover FBI agents.
Yes. Yep.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And he's looking into possibly pardoning the guys that tried to kidnap and kill Governor Whitman.
Oh, the Michigan.
Here's
Yeah.
how good.
I mean, I keep seeing it. It's almost like it's unbelievable.
Because it's the feel good Tommy night because I have to make my buddy feel good. This is true, by the way. I can back it up. Here's the thing about this.
I'll take another sip.
He says, sipping my drink on top of it. Fucking, this guy can take the fucking, he finds that fucking thing. It's just like, and it just, because I'm so stoned, I forgot where I was going with that. But anyway.
What, you talking about the pardoning of the sheriff?
No, not the pardoning, but you have an innate ability to find the ha-ha in the, it's like, you never miss when you hit it on those things. So it's like,
Okay.
I know he doesn't.
I'll take it. I mean, I'm not sure you know what you're talking about.
I had the words, but I'm so fucking stoned I lost them in the midst of him stealing my drink.
It was really sentimental. What you
I
did
was
there.
trying to hit. It was going to be a compliment. I was so fucking stoned.
This is about my boy Tom. He is, god damn, he's good when he's good. He's fucking really good.
I sound like Donald Trump, don't I? It's like
He's
a
the
big,
most
beautiful
beautiful.
bill. It's a bill.
Beautiful bill, the big beautiful
it's
bill.
big.
I love that the media keeps saying that too.
And I mean,
So
it's-
it is beautiful.
And it's good.
It
and,
is good.
and I mean, the things it does are tremendous.
Tremendous.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Many millions and billions of. And I love his math. Millions upon billions. I mean, Donald Trump is the only idiot.
He is such a fucking idiot.
He has an IQ of 73. I don't think it's that high. I'm questioning the 70. The 73. By the way, if you're 75, you're considered
Dude,
retarded.
did you hear his speech at West Point?
Oh my God.
When he started going
Nobody
on about
wanted to-
trophy wives.
Yeah.
Well, trophy wives, sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. Trophy wives. Well, seen a lot of trophy wives. But
It's like-
what the fuck are you talking about, you
Doing a commencement
idiot?
speech.
He's talking to
Nobody wanted to be in the military with Biden's
That's what I posted. And
These
all
people
written
are
in-
graduating.
Yeah.
He was in office. You tell me.
You idiot.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
Like Tom, that's what it was. Tom said this probably, I think it was 3 months ago on the show. He goes, we started that dickhead as a donkey segment. He said this motherfucker could win it every week.
He will.
And every time I think he's going to be wrong this week,
Yeah.
he's not wrong. We're talking 12 weeks now.
Can't help himself.
He's been right every time.
Can't help himself.
Every week he's at least nominated.
He's
always nominated.
because of the position he holds. He'll always take it.
Yeah.
Because the fact that
His ego.
from the president of the United States, the
His
shit that
ego.
comes out of his mouth is insane. Taco Trump.
Like Ron Burgundy had an ego and we all laughed at him. This guy is Ron Burgundy on steroids.
Yeah, he gets like real offended like that
Oh,
whole
yeah,
taco
yeah.
thing today.
That's great.
Oh yeah.
Man, it was just like it was almost like a dumb question, you know, the way she said it.
What was it?
She was-
She was
Trump
trying to fluster him.
Exactly. And,
Trump always chickens out.
Chickens out.
and he goes, "Oh, chickens out." He's like he could have just ended it there like, "Oh, okay." Like, who cares?
Well, then he starts listing all the times he did chicken out.
And then he's
Oh, you
like,
mean because I cut the
like,
tariffs down?
And it was really high. Ooh, oh, nothing's happening. Oh, I got to do it again. Ooh, and he's trying to say how
very
he's
good at
doing.
China.
He's trying to spin it and how he's doing China a favor each
Right,
time.
right.
No, Donald, we're not that stupid. Like, this is you embarrassing yourself every time you cut back because you were wrong. He cut me. How many times did he cut back before he got to 30? And by the way, China still hasn't budged. My brother Pete, who's a very intelligent guy, in the water in Myrtle Beach last weekend, said to me, and I quote, "We got the Chinese to the table." I'm like,
I can't
What?
stand when people say shit like that.
he got the Chinese to the table? How? He hasn't gotten them off the floor from laughing.
What table?
How has he got them? How has he got them to the table? They're still rolling around the ground laughing at all his idiocy. Well, 145, they just laughing. All right, 130, they keep laughing. 115, they're just gonna laugh and laugh and laugh. 30, they're still laughing at him. They're still fucking laughing at him. I can do this for you. It's not gonna end at 30. He's gonna bring it back. It's gonna happen again. You watch. You watch. He will budge. They won't. And now he's discovered that, hey, maybe old Vladdy there, old Mr. P there is not on the level as I previously thought.
No, look, I don't know what's gotten into him. You don't know what's gotten into him.
yeah, all right.
He's been a dictator for how fucking long?
Yeah.
30 years.
God.
What's gotten into him over the last
Fucking
30
idiot.
years?
I know.
Like, well,
He's
Donald,
still blowing people up. No shit, he's been doing that.
former KGB. You met him in 1987. Let's go back, Donald, to this connection with this guy.
How many Russian investments do you have in your businesses throughout the
By the way,
years?
who bankrolled you when you went bankrupt for the sixth time? Where'd that money come from? Did you go alone? Every bank in the United States denied you.
Oh, how many pictures of golden showers do they have? How many Russian whores have you pissed off?
Why haven't the Epstein files been released? Oh, look at the pictures, America.
Oh man, you know who's somebody?
We know who his most frequent client is now, don't we?
You know who's somebody that could take the cake on this? Cash Patel.
Oh my
fucking
God,
idiot.
he's another one.
This
What a
guy.
dog.
How do these people go to Ivy League schools?
How did he?
I mean,
Yeah.
him,
Whose dick
J.D.
did he suck?
Vance.
Whose dick
Oh,
did
my
you suck?
God.
Whose balls did you teabag?
No, there's no way it was a single dick and
Dude,
scrotum.
you know he strapped it on, and he got his strap on up his ass too. You know he did. Patel.
He got a woman doing that?
Oh man,
But why would a man need to strap it on?
because what he had, what he was packing wasn't big enough.
He had to use the prosthetic,
He
like
needed-
Mark
he
Wahlberg
needed-
in
he
Boogie
needed-
Nights.
Bring out the gimp. This was that moment.
He still owns that, by the way. He said, I saw an interview where he said that.
The gimp.
We went from
We are on
Cash Patel's an idiot too. Oh, you know he was taking idiots. What? Okay, look, we're not a show full of homophobes. The minute somebody's an idiot, oh, you know he was taking it right in the ass.
Right at the tailpipe.
No, Cash Patel.
No lube.
Cash Patel went to a budget hearing and went,
You guys call it bum blasting.
I don't.
We do. Cash Patel's been double bum.
He's been obsessed with taking it in the ass since the time he heard about it taking it in the
No,
ass
it was,
prison.
it was Office Space. Mike, I sentenced you to 15 years.
Then
Pound me in the ass prison.
At every every day, at least once a day, he has a thought of taking it in the ass.
Oh my god.
He's obsessed.
Frightening. Frightening, damn it. Don't tell me you're not
Some
frightening.
people love it.
Not me.
I'm not saying you
Back
do.
to someone said, RJ, what's your ideal hell? Getting bent over
Yeah.
again.
There is a sect of the population.
That's their business.
Well, look,
That's their business. If you
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
that,
it's
that's
all
your
good.
straight men,
live.
straight
Me-
women, gay women, that all enjoy that. So, you have nothing to be scared of. Cash Patel, on the other hand, I don't know if he's taking it in the ass or not,
Looks like
but he's an absolute
You know how I know?
idiot.
He's got that look on his face like he's taking it in the ass. Every time he's in front
He's
of the camera.
worried, like, ooh.
Every time he's in front of the camera, he's like, do you know what's
He looks
going
like
on
this.
in my asshole right now?
Well, Congressman, I am telling the truth. I don't have the budget. Well, it was due last week. Well, I'll have to talk to my people about it.
Why don't I put my ass right now?
How many trips on the fucking government plane have you taken to see your fucking girlfriend in Nashville, you douchebag?
Cash Patel is imbecile.
my
This is the worst.
He's a
cab-
fucking podcaster.
Yeah, he's such a joke. This,
Lot
this is,
of money being spent on these flights for everybody.
Yeah.
This
Golf trips,
this
crazy.
Trump
Look,
cabinet
and
is easily the worst. in
and here's the
history
thing
of
about
this
that kind of stuff. That's gone on for years.
Of course.
But the fact that these motherfuckers come in and act like they are budget conscious
right,
and are
right.
saving money, that's where the hypocrisy is.
Yeah.
We know presidents have been playing golf for years. They all waste our fucking money. We know this.
Yeah.
Don't act like you're fucking coming in to save us our money.
Right,
Because
exactly.
you're not. You're a bunch of fucking crooks.
Dude, but you know what's fucked up about me? In our entire lifetimes, this is how bad it is right here. This will sum it up in one sentence. In our entire lifetimes, his, mine, if Brian were here, there has never been a time when I've ever heard anyone who follows politics talk about how bad the cabinet is.
Yeah.
Yikes.
No one has, no press. This is how bad it is.
They're all yes men.
Everybody knows
And women, that's all they
here's the
are.
thing. I would bet I could get people that off the street that could tell me every name of every member in this cabinet. It's so fucking bad. I
don't know all the names.
I know all the names, and I'm telling you, I don't know them, but I know who they are. Like, if you show me their face, I can tell you their name.
Pam
like,
Bondi?
She's one of fucking Patel, fucking
RFK.
Hesgat, RFK.
RFK.
Think about think about the idiocy of this cabinet. It is right down the. If you, it's like trying to pick the worst 5 players in NBA history in your lifetime.
Dude, this asshole.
Like you could. This is that
Yeah.
cabinet.
The secretary,
That's
the
what this is.
secretary of health or whatever the fuck it is, don't take medical advice from me. Hey, what?
What? Isn't that your job?
Right, so you're heading this for our country,
But don't take it from
but
me.
we can't trust you because you're
you're
a
on.
fucking lunatic.
Yeah.
You're telling people not to get the measles
This
vaccine.
is, without a doubt,
Jesus Christ,
in my
I'm an
lifetime,
idiot.
and I would bet in the history of this country, the worst cabinet this country has ever had in this country.
Yeah. Yeah.
I tell you, they're fucking Hall of Shamers. This is the definition of Hall of Shamers.
Who's his
Think
PR
about
lady?
That
Who,
bitch.
Caitlin Levitt?
Yeah.
oh
she's,
my
man,
God.
she's always fucking nasty.
And the worst,
Everything.
and the thing is, she is hot.
It's like almost
she
like
is
she's-
hot, but she's so.
But she
fucking
ruins
stupid.
it.
She ruins it.
Yeah.
When
I've
I
never
look at
seen
her,
a
I'm
woman-
not attracted.
I've never seen a woman that hot make you want to punch her in the face.
She is
Think
hot.
about it, and she didn't kick you in the balls. Just she starts talking.
She's gross.
She is
You want
talented.
to punch her
She's
in the
gross.
face.
Because on cue, she can spin any leftist question.
You call that a talent?
Oh, that's Nazism.
But
She reminds me of a Nazi.
on his balls.
Talk
Like,
about
you'd be like,
someone who's taking
I
up
couldn't
the
even.
ass.
I'm like, I didn't even think
That was
would
the
be
president's decision. Of course, he took that into account. The
Yeah.
president always does that, and I
yeah.
love him, and I will take it in
Up
my ass.
and I am as we're speaking. Think about who takes it up the ass right now. It's definitely her. She's taking up the ass. You know I'm right. You
Can't post this episode.
She's taking it right up the ass.
So, Dad,
Right up the ass.
dude, the
Oh
other
my God.
the other day,
Bro,
we're
that face, that look on her face. Oh, she's getting
dude, the other
pounded,
day we're at
getting pounded.
soccer.
She's getting pounded between the cheeks.
The other day we're at soccer and John's playing a game on my phone.
Yeah.
And he goes, Dad, RJ just texted and said Anthony's team's getting bent over in the championship game. What does that mean? I'm like, you fucking asshole. I'm like, it means they're getting spanked, John.
Yeah, that's
right.
spanked, you
Isn't
know.
that right out of a movie?
That's a
though?
good cover. That's a good cover.
Isn't that right out of a movie though?
Yeah.
This motherfucker.
Forgot to turn off the notifications.
Dad, RJ just
You're
texted
lucky.
that Anthony's team's getting bent over in the
Yeah, just kidding.
That,
Oh, man. No, that cracked me up.
that right there.
What does that mean?
That right there guarantees that whatever comedy we're ever in, I'm gonna.
Let's go in the movie.
I'm getting the role of the lead comedian right there. Dad, Archie just fucking said his team's getting bent over by. What does it mean to get bent over, Dad? And he was like,
No, I was quick with it.
I'm sure
Means they're
you're
getting spanked.
almost as if he was expecting it.
I'm prepared for things like
You
that.
gotta know this asshole.
Dagenalt. I look at Mark Dagenalt and I respect him, but I feel like he also is a little bit of a guy that was born
Look at
at
this.
least on second base.
Now this guy.
You know what I mean? Like
Who?
Him.
Dagenalt,
That's
their coach. Yeah,
I
Mark
don't
Dagenalt.
like him.
what's his story though?
He looks like an analytics guy, doesn't
Yeah, I
he? Like
don't
he
like
looks
him.
like that
Hang
kind
on
of
a
guy. I
second.
don't
What's
know.
his name?
Dagenalt.
He's look, they've done well. He's done well.
Inault.
Something about him I just don't like.
Yeah, there's
Mark
something.
Dagenalt. Let's see.
I know what
That
it
guy
is.
looks like
A donkey.
the old coach.
Don't, you know what's
I know Scott Brooks is
America,
on
you know what
on
sucks?
Lakers, but he kind of looks.
Damn,
like
he's
you-
3 years younger than me.
Yeah, he's a young dude.
39.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see. He was born in
In life,
Leominster, Mass.
He's pulling. I know he's from Leominster. It's Leominster, not
It's
Leominster.
spelled
Leominster.
Leominster.
It's Leominster.
Leominster.
Yeah.
Leominster.
Not Leominster.
I said Leo.
Chicken
It's
Little
Leo,
Mainster.
man.
He went to Connecticut and Florida. Been coaching since 07. He was a coach at Holy Cross,
That's Bob Cousy,
an assistant at Florida,
Billy Donovan.
Oklahoma City Blue. I'm assuming that's like a D League team
D-League
or
team.
G League.
Yeah, but that was probably when
Billy.
Donovan was there. Yeah.
Oklahoma City,
Tallahassee Warhogs.
Oklahoma City Thunder assistant 2016, then 2019, 2020, and ever since 2020 he's been their coach.
Yep.
So he's gone up through the ranks.
Yeah, I give him credit, man.
No,
he's been there for
actually
5
worked his way
years.
up.
Yeah.
He worked his way up. That's actually something cool. Something about his face.
And it's funny. I don't know if you guys
to be
saw
fair, that resume is pretty cool.
but
He's
Paul
worked his way up.
George was involved in a roundabout way the Pacers getting Halliburton because he originally was traded to Oklahoma City. Paul George to Oklahoma City, and then they traded him to the Clippers, and that's because SGA played for the Clippers. So it's like there's these memes going around about, man, Paul
All right,
George
that was a topic
orchestrated
I
some
meant to
wild
touch
stuff.
on before we get into this week's Dickhead as a Donkey, even though we dropped a hint here, but you're going to be surprised at who it actually is. Shea Gilchrist-Alexander, who just won the Western Conference Magic Johnson MVP award. Of course, Western Conference is the last award. So he's got Magic award, 31 points a game in the series as he bitch slapped. He bent over Anthony Davis.
5 assists, 8 rebounds.
Yeah, he
That's
bent him.
impressive,
Hey,
bro.
hey, John, if you're watching, bend him over. Bend him
Go
over.
for the clean sweep. Win a ring.
So-
get Finals MVP.
What I am happy about here, and it's funny, it took me a while to see this, but I was actually watching this series. and I started to really watch SGA's game. And I got to tell you something. He is the best hope for not American, but basketball in general, because he is the best offensive player in the world for one reason, and one reason only. He has mastered the art of the mid-range game. This motherfucker, like every great scorer all time, Kobe, Schmeichel, Bird, Durant, all of them, Isaiah Thomas. I can go on and on about these guys that had this game because it's amazing how few of them actually had it. But these are the ones that they're all icons. They could pull up anywhere from 21 to 13 feet. You have no idea where or when it's going to happen. Left, right, doesn't matter. Alex English, Denver Nuggets, and the one was like this. The mid-range game, my father used to call it the $200,000 shot. Because if you had that in your game, you were getting a basketball scholarship.
You're getting a scholarship. Yeah.
Like that, my father used to call it the $200,000 shot. And everybody's like, what does that mean? I mean, if you can master the mid-range game, you'll go play college basketball, and you'll probably get a scholarship to do it.
Yeah.
And he was 100% right.
And like $200,000. That's about right.
My father called it the $200,000 shot. Think about this. This is how good my dad was. Trust me, I'm a chip off the block. This guy, Gilchrist Alexander, this is a copycat league. When they win this thing, and they're going to win this thing barring injury, because as much as I respect Indiana, they have the talent to hang with these guys. And their coach from Massachusetts, as you mentioned, has a clue.
They better beat them. I hope they destroy them.
Indiana's not beating this team if they're healthy. So the point, there was only one team that could have done it, and that team is in green, but they're too stupid to do it. The thing about it is this. This guy, Gilchrist Alexander, who just won league MVP, it's a copycat league. When he wins this thing, everybody's going to start breaking down tape. They're going to start talking about 21 to 14, 19 to 10, mid-range. I've been saying all along, Jason Tatum ever, because he has all the tools to do this, fucking be the best player ever at 6'10". Ever. And he doesn't do it. Okay? Jalen Brunson has a better mid-range game than Jason Tatum. And he doesn't have anywhere near Jason Tatum's talent. So that's reality. It's true. So, but this kid has mastered it. They're about to win a title. And so the world, this copycat, get off this fucking three-point line shit. I'm not saying you don't shoot the shot, but it can't be the focal point of your offense. It's not sustainable. It lends to too many errors, including the potential injury of key players like Jason Tatum, by the way, who's gone down twice because of this style of play. Because the Celtics played probably 6-7 games they didn't need to play because of this style of play.
Right.
And it's a joke. It's not sustainable. If Brad Stevens was half as smart as he thought he was, he'd have figured this out already. But he hasn't, because what he's doing right now is he's teabagging fucking Missoula. I hope it's a fucking act. I hope in 6 weeks at the draft they'll fire his fucking ass. Or we're going to do something different next year. Our offense is going to change. We're going to announce this. One of two things has to happen here.
He drew a dick on his shoulder. Is that what that was? I just saw that video. I was cracking up.
Which, by the way,
I love it.
So, I don't know where I was going with that.
Sorry. We were
become a master of the rabbit hole.
We both are so distracted.
He looks across as I'm scrolling Twitter. Is he drawing a dick on her shoulder?
And he was. And that's why it's so funny. I was like, Jesus. I was like, let's stop watching over there. That's awesome.
So she's supposed to be drawing what he's drawing. She's drawing a heart with an arrow through it, and he's actually drawing a cock and balls on her shoulder.
Like magic marker.
Back to the SGA.
Oh my God.
19 to 21. What was it?
Point is, the best hope for basketball is the evolution, the resurgence of the mid-range game.
Agreed.
Because anyone watching this guy play, he's not anywhere near as talented as Jason Tatum. Not even close. And and I'm not saying he's not skilled, but Jason Tatum, everything he does is natural.
You don't think SGA is anywhere near?
I think
Jason Tatum,
good, man.
From a skill, Jason Tatum does everything effortlessly. It's like Ken Griffey's swing. It's like the man was born to swing a bat. And I'm not saying, and this is not to say that SGA is not skilled. He is. But you watch how Jason Tatum just naturally does whatever the fuck he wants when he decides to do it. SGA doesn't do that. He can't do that. He's not equipped to do that. And that's what's so maddening about Jason Tatum.
It seems like SGA's mentality better, though.
I mean, he's tougher than Tatum.
Yeah.
Mentally, he is. He's not as talented, but he's tougher. And by the way, Jalen Brunson is not as talented either, but he is mentally tough.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that. And Tatum has a ring. Neither one of these two does.
Yeah.
But the thing about Tatum is, is, and again, it's not all his fault. Part of this is the coach.
That's true.
The coach, see, here's the thing about it. When you have an all-time talent, and Bird and Magic were Bird and Magic, they're the most, they didn't need a coach. Neither did Jordan, for that matter. Those three guys were going to be icons no matter who the fuck was coaching, because their mindset was different. You couldn't teach what the three of them had. That's why everybody talks about them. That's why they're in everybody's top 6. It's fucking ridiculous. All three of them are. I don't give a fuck who you are. Nobody has three of anyone outside the top 6. Nobody with a brain. Okay, so, and they should be, because they have something that no coach can teach, or by the way, has to. Okay, they're that dude.
It is good to see that Tim Legler had plastic surgery again this week. Did you see it? Is it just me, or does he?
You don't think it's just makeup?
No. Is he? He's starting to look like Fire Marshal Bill. Like he's literally.
But there's going to be a segment for it because they're.
Right, let's just do Dickhead as a donkey right now.
I can't because he keeps fucking me up.
Let's just do Dickhead.
I can't. Every fucking
We're going on and on about SG. Come on.
I don't
What do you want?
Seriously.
20 minutes without him making a comment?
He looks like Steve Eiserman. Like he doesn't even like. He looks like he's 20.
He's doing it right now.
I'm sorry.
He has barely said anything this whole fucking segment. You just want to ramble about SGA for 20
He
minutes.
said
And you're like,
plenty in the first segment.
you're going to interrupt me? This guy talks for 15 minutes straight, and you go, look at Tim Legler. And he's like, Jesus Christ, can a guy get a word out?
But I
Man
just
said
that point.
a Stone fan off on a tangent. And he's still, he should know better.
Let's talk about the dickhead.
The donkey.
Yes.
Who's a dickhead?
The dickhead is a donkey.
No, the dickhead. Wait.
This
can it be a
dickhead is a
dickhead?
donkey.
This dickhead is a donkey.
So we're talking about the dickhead.
The dickhead who is a donkey.
Correct.
Okay, well, it's not Donald Trump this week, believe it or not.
is
Okay, it's not. It's Angel Reese.
Oh,
Okay?
Jesus.
Fuck,
We gotta talk about Angel Reese. Why do we? She's irrelevant.
Wait, I'll tell you why she's relevant, because here's the problem. This bitch, okay, and she's a bitch. The Bayou bitch, the Bayou Bricklayer, the Bayou Bricklayer who happens to be a bitch. I don't care how you fire it. The reality is this fucking donkey basically called the fan base racist with no fucking ounce of evidence. The WNBA spent 10 days, 10 fucking days interviewing everyone from the guy who puts the mint in the hero in the men's room to the fucking owner of the team to find a hint of a racial fucking syllable anywhere, okay? And came up with nothing.
Cameras on people.
Nothing.
Like, watching.
They interviewed every fucking.
things.
They interviewed every fan from row 1 to like row 15 in that section. Every fucking fan.
So what did she claim? Somebody
She
yelled
claimed
the N-word or something?
she never said what the. I never heard what the exact words were. A racial slur. What were the exact words?
Because then I heard somebody else say like the organ player was doing something weird, making I don't know. I didn't follow.
The point is, she was getting bent over 3 times by 40 points, and she turns around after one hard foul, and then goes, and everyone's making these racial slurs at her. And then, by the way, they went to the audio from the because the game was on TV.
Mm-hmm.
They went everywhere. They couldn't even hear a syllable.
Well, good for them for looking for
Look,
it.
and I'm glad they
Good.
did. But by the way, where's the apology? You can't you can't call a fan base racist on national TV or make an accusation like that, and then when there's no evidence to support it, you don't recant at least recant the statement. I mean,
The only reason
there's nothing. There's
the
nothing.
only reason I'll side with her now is because those same assholes are Pacer fans too. So fuck them. That's a little bit of a joke.
That's a bad joke.
So obviously I was just
Something
kidding.
with the organ player. I can't find it. I don't know.
No, well, I mean, look. If she was just making it up, she's not going to apologize.
Yeah.
And if she really thought she heard
I
it,
think we've proved she was making it up.
maybe.
Maybe a 10-day investigation.
Well, I mean, that's pretty. I mean, kind of hard to refute
Here's the
that.
best part.
Kind of hard to refute
He's
that.
trying to be like, I should think of it.
Basis for Mars.
10 days is
Got a fever
quite a long time to have an
Well, I mean,
investigation
but it's
over
just
a
like-
racial slur.
No, but I mean,
That if it happened, wouldn't people have said the one who the person is?
well,
Now
yeah.
everybody in Indiana.
If I was in a
racist.
crowd and I heard somebody say a racial slur,
I would have said something like,
and they
hey.
said,
Yeah.
"Did you hear this?" I'd say, "Yeah, there was this
Yeah.
asshole 2 seats
Yeah.
away from me."
Nobody.
and he
No
called me
one.
this.
No one. Are you
But
telling me everyone?
Maybe it
in
was a
there
bunch of racist fucks.
Oh, she was saying it happened at the Fever game.
Yes.
Okay.
After the whole
The flagrant
after,
foul.
after
the
she went
so-called-
after Caitlyn.
Yeah, for the so-called flagrant foul. You and I both agree it wasn't even a flagrant foul. So we knew she was embellishing
was
that
awful.
bullshit.
Yeah.
She fucking flopped. You saw the replay and went, this is a flop.
No, yes. I
Okay.
did.
So, no, I'm not letting this go. And no one should. Why the
No.
fuck? Why the fuck should this bricklaying bitch who sits there and constantly it shows her jealous? It's like watching wrestling. It's like watching WWE. That her fucking jealousy of Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark never says boo, by the way. She goes about her fucking business. Okay, this girl goes after a foul that even Kenya Martin said wasn't flagrant.
Oh, yeah.
Give me a fucking break.
Anybody who's played basketball.
And then.
Except for Cheryl Swoops.
Because that's not enough. It's not enough. Now, all our fans are racist. Well, someone said racial things to me at the foul. I was trying to shoot free throws. The fucking league. You know how much money was spent in this fucking investigation, but it was fucking 10 days. 10 fucking days. Not one. Are you telling me the whole fucking group? I'm not. Come on.
I mean,
Stop
if Pat McAfee was there, yeah, it was probably him.
Absolutely. Yeah, played pro football with a bunch of fucking African Americans who could bend him over and he could do anything about it. Okay? Could do anything about it. He'd be like, thank you, sir, may I have another? Fucking that would have been Pat McAfee.
McAfee's actually pretty built.
Yeah, he's a kicker.
He used to lay returners out.
Good to see him lay out Richard Seymour or Michael Strahan.
Well, they're not going to be returned.
No, but there'll be someone that he would never even get on the field because he'd fucking make him wet himself. The Mayor said
it's
right
eating.
now.
Dude, but can we also talk about this whole Brittany Griner situation?
That's fair.
Because that was pissing me off.
That's fair.
You think she's a man, right?
No.
Okay, what was pissing you off? What was pissing you off? I just had to catch it. What was pissing you off?
So Joel...
But she could be a dude.
She does look like a dude.
And she sounds
She's
like
a
a dude.
woman. She's a woman.
I didn't say she wasn't a woman.
She probably takes hormones.
Yeah, she has to.
But so Joel sends this clip of Brittany Griner
Yeah.
on the bench, and it says, "This racist bitch," because apparently people.
She called Caitlyn bitch ass white girl.
No,
Not that.
she didn't. So
didn't say that.
There is a clip of her on the bench saying something.
Yeah.
And people are saying she says "fucking white girl."
Oh,
Okay.
I thought it was like a bitch ass
that what
white
she
bitch.
said?
Or something.
That's not what she said. I was watching the game,
Yeah,
and that's why
okay.
when he sent the clip, I was like, "This doesn't make sense," because she fouls out. She's pissed off,
Yeah.
and she goes to the bench and says, "But she didn't foul Caitlyn. It had nothing to do with Caitlyn. She fouled out."
They're just like making shit up now.
And that's what I'm saying.
It's
It's
crazy.
people trying to start shit
Yeah.
racially because there are
They know it gets
sects of
clicks.
well, yeah, it gets clicks, and there are people on both sides. Some hate Angel because she's black. Some hate Caitlyn because she's white, and they like to talk shit on Twitter, And Joel sent this in like Brittany Griner's a racist bitch, and I was like, dude, I was watching that game. Caitlyn, she didn't foul Caitlyn
Yeah,
Clark.
I didn't watch the game.
So a black woman comes across the court, she slaps her in the face, and gets called for a 6th foul. And for some reason, she's frustrated by that.
Slapped one of her own.
And she goes to the.
I read that. I
she's
just
doing
thought it was funny because I feel like all the times you're on the court and you talk shit and you say dumb shit. You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of like.
But everybody's like, "Oh, she was calling her a fucking white girl.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
she's racist." I'm like, it had nothing to do with Caitlyn. That play,
Yeah.
Caitlyn Clark wasn't even near her. So everybody's trying to spin this, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
last year, Brittany Griner was one of the people in that Mercury game, the first time they played, who gave Caitlyn a hug and whispered something in her ear, and Caitlyn responded like she was somebody that wasn't being a dickhead to Caitlyn last year.
Yeah, there were a lot of the old heads that were being.
Oh, there were plenty.
ridiculous, Yeah.
And Tarasi was the lead
yeah,
asshole.
she was the head of the snake on that
But
one.
yeah, there were. I mean, there's plenty of people all around the league fouling the shit out of Caitlyn.
Sure.
Caitlyn took a beating.
Yeah,
I would argue more than any rookie in history.
yeah,
Yeah.
probably. I mean, I haven't watched
And
that.
it's
I'll
so
tell you why-
funny, man,
I'll tell you
because
why
it's
I know that.
This is
I
a
haven't
golden
watched it.
ticket.
In the
Like, why are
27
you-
years of that league, never has a rookie been hyped like this.
Yeah, that's true.
Caitlin Clark took a beating that not even Tarasi had to take.
No.
Because no one hyped Tarasi like this.
Well, people love Tarasi.
I love Tarasi.
She came from Connecticut.
I love Tarasi too. She's a great player. She's one of the greats of all time. But her fucking insecurity and jealousy towards Caitlin Clark it reminds me a lot of Montana with Brady. It's kind of pathetic.
Montana was like that with Brady?
Yeah, he was.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was. I didn't either until I saw the fucking. He's like when Brady got to 3,
He acted like a dick.
he started acting like a whole he won 3 in 4 years, and only Aikman and the Cowboys had done that. So Montana was and of course you're gonna go to that guy because he's the guy he's chasing. And Montana was like, well, the thing is, the stuff that Montana, that was before all the rules changed. So Montana couldn't cry foul. It was just like, well, the rules are different. And I was like, no, actually, I can show you a video of 2003 when the Buffalo Bills almost decapitated Tom Brady. There's no flag. The helmet went 20 yards the other way down the field, bounces off Buffalo turf.
And he just got up.
He just got up. There's no penalty. So don't fucking tell me Tom Brady wasn't tough. So there's that. This is like, and again, once again, I've lost where I was going with this.
I don't know.
I don't either.
You always find a way to talk
find a
about
way.
somebody from New England. And
Oh, Montana? No, hold on. No, we were talking about your guy.
Which guy?
The disrespect, the whole...
Griner.
The Griner.
The guy.
Griner.
Said to be Griner.
No, Tarasi's disrespect for Caitlin Clark.
Yes.
Yeah.
it's-
That is-
Oh, that's right. You were comparing it to Montana.
Montana Brady.
Yeah.
It's like, it's very similar. And it's like... And so much so, if Tarasi really cared about moving the game forward, she would have given Clark her spot in the Olympic team because she didn't belong in that fucking team. And she could have. By the way, you never want to pay for a meal again in your life, Tarasi? That would have been the way to do it because the world would have loved you in that moment. Wow. She gave up her going for a 6 gold medal. You know what? I've had my time. This girl deserves to put her
Right.
If this girl, if Tarasi was half as smart or as caring of the league she thought she was, do you know what a story that would have been?
Hey, Caitlin Clark.
Do you know a story that would? Time
WWE.
magazine would have fucking had a story on
Man.
that if Tarasi had done this.
Talked about the.
Talk about not aware.
That would be unprecedented.
It would have been unprecedented. Diana Taurasi could have one of the greatest sports stories ever told, but her ego got in the way. It could have been. They'd have been talking about this 100 years from now. She like, because think about what
100 years.
Yes, because
I guess depending on what it did for the game.
I think do you know what this would have done? Think of what Clark did without it.
Well,
what if Tarasi had done this and passed the torch?
Allowing Clark to go international really would have grown the game quick. Like,
I mean, it would have
it's still going to grow, but that would have just because it already went.
Lisa Leslie nailed it. She was like, I don't know how on earth that team is getting on a plane without Caitlin Clark on it. Lisa Leslie, who's one of those goats, she got it. Tarasi didn't, and that's why I'm mad at Tarasi.
Was Leslie the first one to dunk in the WNBA?
Yes, in a game. Yeah. Lisa Leslie is an icon, and she's a gold medalist. She's one of the great. She is one of the 5 greatest women's players ever. She is, and for her to say that without any fear, hesitation, or insecurity whatsoever, okay, and that's where Tarasi dropped the ball. Because Tarasi could have, you know what? I've got 5 gold medals. I don't need a 6. I already got more than everybody else. That girl is deserving, and we need her. Do you know what a story this would have been?
She didn't like her though.
She didn't like her. She was insecure. She's afraid this girl's going to pass me.
Yeah.
That's
It's
pathetic.
being a little too competitive.
Yeah, I'm so glad that Larry and Magic didn't feel that way about Michael. I'm
Well,
so glad
I don't really get the feeling like that. I think if somebody's coming up and they're a beast, you welcome them in.
One of the best lessons my father ever taught me was
You want guys to take your spot.
no, but
But she's not taking
I get
her
that.
spot.
But
Yeah.
hold on. One of the best lessons my dad ever taught me. I never give my dad enough credit. This is the gem. Whenever you go into a situation in terms of your employment, always leave it better than when you got there. Diana Taurasi had a monumental opportunity here to drop the fucking ball. It would have been a story like no other because no one else ever had to do it before. And for the preeminent GOAT in the game to fucking make that endorsement for her would have done wonders for women's basketball and put them on a global stage. And this fucking bitch was so insecure, and that's what I call her that because that's what it is. It's insecure. And women are supposed to be better than that. Why do we men hold women up on such a fucking pedestal? Because you're not supposed to be like that.
Women aren't supposed to be insecure.
No. But they are like a motherfucker.
To break it to you.
To the point where I know that already. I knew that before this fucking clown did it. Okay, I'm married. Okay? You're fucking, you think I don't know my wife's insecurities? Oh, I know them. You're a bad husband if you don't know.
I mean, actually,
And she knows mine,
I guess
by the way.
men are probably more insecure.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, right.
We are.
Yeah,
Because society puts
Women are
us
more competitive.
with each other.
Oh, yeah.
with each
Think
other.
about it.
They are.
you know.
It's
Just
always
in
the same
general?
thing. It's always men.
Just in
Yeah.
general.
And I had an
Always
ex-girlfriend that would
men.
blast every chick that walked in the bar.
Yeah.
Look at this fucking bro.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I'd be like,
Women are
why do you
much
care?
more
Like,
insecure.
I never
My
understood
wife
it,
isn't
but
like that,
it
but-
wasn't like I didn't feel like she was insecure. I felt it was more competitive. You know what I mean?
They are
It was like
competitive.
I know I look good, but what's this bitch wearing? You know what I mean? You're like, I don't know.
And if, by the way, if that
actually
dude,
like it.
if that Brad Pitt walks into the room,
Right.
Oh man,
You gotta-
oh
yeah.
man, it's on.
What?
Brad Pitt walks into a
this cute
when
motherfucker.
20-year-old Brad Pitt walks into a bar single.
I bet he
watch
takes
the
the
fucking
dick.
bitches fucking flock.
And all the
in.
dudes are like, "Who's this douchebag?
Yeah.
This fucking
He's
idiot."
walking in with bodyguards. He's Brad fucking.
Oh, this guy was born on fucking home plate.
Yeah.
Got a cock of gold. Golden nipples.
Anyway, Angel Reese, you are the donkey of the
nipples.
fuck. You're the dickhead donkey of the week because I got news for you. For you to be this to go this far, where you call a fan base racist or they made racist comments, there's no fucking substantiated evidence. You don't even apologize.
And
I got news for you, and she won't. And I got news for you. This right there speaks to your character. Because if you had any character at all, because you had some time to cool down. I get taken a pounding, you're upset. I get it. But you've had days to cool off from this, to at least come to your senses and say
But
something.
what do you think she's gonna say?
If she had any conscience whatsoever, so look, I overreacted. That's it. Overreacted.
Well, you know she's not gonna say that.
Yeah,
No,
that's
but
what
the
I'm
point
saying.
is that saves face. Without getting specific, look, I was over. We were getting beat. I was frustrated. I overreacted. If she just said that, I think most people would have been like, "All right, it happens."
Yeah.
No, there's no anything. She's still adamantly that some fucking Tweety bird came down from somewhere and whispered, "Hey, you."
She heard it.
Whatever it was, because we still don't know what it was. And by the way, that's the first sign of a lie. She can't tell you specifically, or won't tell you specifically what was said. Because if someone said that to me, I would tell them exactly what I heard. This is exactly what was said. When you're lying, it's like, "Oh, I heard a racial slur.
You were specific.
Somebody said something I just didn't agree with."
Yeah.
A little tough, a little pull on the heartstrings. I don't know about that one. Yeah, I'm already getting bent over. There's no lube. You think someone would show something? I was like, oh no, I'm already bent over and they're pouring it on. Pouring it on like honey. Hot honey in the ass.
So your thing is either she's lying.
She is, no, not
hold on,
either.
hold on,
She
hold on.
is lying.
There's always a possibility she thinks she heard something.
10 days and all the audio and the investigation is not
They
one-
really
one-
did all that?
They did all of it.
So they said,
The
They
investigation
gathered
was
up everybody who was there.
the investigation was 10 days long.
I
10 days.
did they have Trump doing it? Was Hedge Seth doing
it was
it?
a big, beautiful.
I would
investigation.
say if they're telling the truth, they were beyond thorough. Trump
Well,
was not thorough at all.
it sounds like they were thorough.
They were thorough. Doesn't sound like they cut. I never heard the NBA fucking 10 days for anything. Fucking women, when it comes to, oh no, that bitch didn't. They would have found out the
Hell
truth. Hell no. They put that investigation team on it, and half from are Harvard graduates. Oh no, they went up there bucket ass with a microscope.
He's got.
Where's that thing up there ass with a microscope?
Oh,
And they were like, oh yeah, who said it? Who said it? Who said it? Nobody. Nobody. They're taking finger out.
McAfee's going, I didn't hear anything.
I'm just saying.
did he say?
You telling me that a whole
I'm just
section
kidding.
is going to do
McAfee's like,
this?
He's got a dick on her arm. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not saying there might not be a racist person in the whole section, but you tell me a whole,
Right.
Well,
a
see,
whole
well,
section.
see, what's
you heard a
happened
bunch
is
of people
Yeah.
on
like
Twitter,
chanting the N-word or something?
on Twitter, ever since Caitlin Clark came into the league, you have like all these fucking racist Bamas that go into the fucking comments and say all this racist shit.
They do.
And
Assholes. They are out there, yeah.
yeah, of course. I mean, but it's these online fucking trolls. It's these MAGA midgets. You know.
Yeah. Everybody's tough behind a mouse.
You're right.
It's true.
He passes some pretty important people with another 30-point game.
No.
He's tied with Jordan, most consecutive. He's got 7. He's got the most tied for in the postseason with Kevin Durant right now, 11.
Problem is, Jordan has 6 rings. This
Right,
guy-
I'm just saying, but that's
this
a
guy
pretty
is
that's a pretty
0.
impressive stat. I mean,
Yeah.
you go 8 games in a
Too
row.
bad he's
scoring
gonna lose
30.
to the Knicks in the finals. So that's gonna be a shame.
Whoa, he's coming back! The confidence is coming back!
See?
Yeah.
They're not done.
Now they'll lose tomorrow, and I'll be like, God damn it! I fucking hate you,
As much as I hate the Knicks, I ain't giving up on them.
Well, I know.
In fact, I gave them the gold key to the
Yeah, I
crown.
know, dude.
I did.
Can you call Thomas Thibodeau?
Now that's where he's. As much as I love him, he wants me to make the call.
Dude, call your boy Rick.
The call to Rick Brunson. This thing,
Call Ricky,
I
baby.
know a guy.
Do you?
I know a guy.
Do you really know a guy that knows Rick Brunson?
I played against him twice.
Who's the guy that knows him?
Me.
No, who's the guy that knows Rick has his number?
Oh God, on that staff.
Who do you know somebody that knows Rick Brunson's number?
No, I know.
Damn
I don't know
it.
anybody else that knows his number, but I believe because he's from the same cloth that I'm from, we've worked with him. He knows what I know.
Do you think I should tweet the roommate show right now?
I think you should promote this. This Boston Celtics fan has the solution to the Knicks problem.
Okay.
That will get 1,000 hits in about 5 minutes. A Boston Celtics fan knows how the Knicks can win this
All right,
series.
let's write this tweet right now.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna fucking read it because I don't have any fucking friends on Twitter, but we'll see.
He's a bad promoter.
He's got to
That's the only
retweet
flaw.
everything. You can
Only
get
flaw.
followers.
I just hate social media.
Yeah.
Tom, you could have blown this show.
I'm not
up
big
by
like-
3
I mean,
years
I'll
ago with
read
your-
Twitter,
with
but
who
I'm
you-
not-
just
I
because you're
could
from
have.
New York, yeah. Because you're from New York, you could have blown this up.
You couldn't have,
Boston and New York.
dude.
Boston. There's a million of
I
guys. like
lived
this.
in New York till I was
I'm
6.
just saying, because you know why?
I'm not fucking
'Cause you could have
connected.
always. You know what? I'll tell you why. You had a card to play. They didn't. You're like the Boston sports fan is saying how New York can win these things, and I didn't start with the Knicks. I've done this before with the Giants and other things. Why? You know how many fucking clicks I would have got? A Boston guy back in the Knicks. Who the fuck is this guy? You kidding me? Right there alone.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so I'm
It's
gonna
like,
do.
he fucking screwed this up 3 years ago. You've been playing this card forever. A
I'm gonna
Boston
do
fan
at
back in the
roommate
Knicks.
show.
No, it's IDD.
No,
He's
dude,
tweeting at.
I have to tweet at Josh Hart.
Gotcha, Josh Hart. Oh, you're going right to the source.
The roommate show is the podcast with Jalen and Josh. So I'm gonna tweet the roommate show and Josh Hart.
Tell them what we said.
They live
Yes.
together.
Why aren't you guarding Halliburton?
No, they have a
Be a
podcast
man.
together called
Get a
Roommate
sack.
Show.
called the roommate show.
Be a
Where they
man,
used to be
get a-
roommates. Oh yeah, in college, right?
I guess.
Yeah, that's kind of dope.
Okay,
Be a
so
man, get a pair of nuts
so
and
what should I
sack up.
say?
Turn into IDD, segment 2. Or segment 1, when my Boston sports fan tells you what to do. And you're going to be like, the balls, like, that motherfucker's right. And then the person is like,
Harass.
Yeah.
Halliburton, 94
Right.
feet.
Yeah, you are the man.
Now, what should I tell him?
Halliburton. My
My
Boston sports buddy says you are the man to stop Halliburton. Get a pair of nuts and sack up. Sincerely, Boston. Oh, hashtag 18 World Championship. Oh, if you're gonna poke the bear, you poke the fucking bear, Martin.
I love it.
You poke him. You poke him. You poke
I love it. He's like, sincerely, 18.
18.
rings.
Banner 18.
Banners. Banner 18.
Hashtag you haven't done shit in my entire lifetime. Hashtag I am your curse.
Yes. You gotta
True.
get.
They won the World Championship last year, the year I was born. They have not won since I was born.
Dang, that's crazy.
That's,
yeah, that's
I am
right.
the curse of the New York Knicks. Hashtag I am your kryptonite.
Bluish you. I am your
I am
bluish
your
you.
blue. Oh my god! How good was that drink? Did you try that?
I did. It was very like.
Was that delicious?
Yeah, it was very.
It was not too sweet.
The first sip, I was like, I was on one of those
I gotta
like
tell you.
piers having a cocktail. on those.
Innovation. The innovation. Do you understand the think tank?
What was the line he said?
This is Yobu. This is all about Yobu.
What was the line you said?
When
about
one-
innovate, desperation.
When one
desperation is the mother of innovation.
Innovation. I like that,
When
man.
one taps into
Not mine.
Yobu, what?
Yeah.
We're talking endless. We're
Endless,
talking
bro.
green skies, stars beyond the sight you're
I
seeing.
need to have AI create like a.
You need to get all about this show. This show is the show. This
Yeah.
is the quad.
This is the quad.
The quad.
Oh, that's a great
That
word.
show. I know it. That's what we're doing.
The quad.
And he's got to tap
saying,
into the whole. There's
I
a
bet we
Boston
could
sports
go-
fan, Dired, that's saying how New York can win this series. There's a Celtics guy fucking knows. They fucking and they're gonna read and go. That
Like
motherfucker's onto something.
create a.
They're gonna read and go. That motherfucker's right.
faith-based
This
religion.
fucking Boston guy figured it all. Like, watch this.
Create a like.
Why hasn't he done that yet? Actually,
Okay, so
The question
this
is
is what
why.
I put. I said, my Boston sports friend has given me the key to this series. Josh, you can save us. You have to follow around Halliburton all damn game. Pressure, attack, beat him up, and slow them down. This is how we win. You can save us.
Oh, I like that.
What do you
Do
think?
not change
Yes.
a word.
Leave it. Any hashtags?
Hashtags 18 banners.
Fuck that.
Hashtags
Hashtag Phil
Hashtag
Jackson.
Jalen Brown clone.
Hashtag
He reminds me. Yeah.
Jalen Brown did
Well,
this.
Yeah, Jalen Brown did this. I'm not pulling this out of thin air, America. I've got evidence. This motherfucker.
Wasn't
has-
Walt Frazier he's the guy that came out of the locker room, or that was Cassie Russell?
You need to drink.
Walt Frazier
Don't lie to me.
came out like he was like injured.
No, Willis Reed.
Or Willis Reed, yeah. He's like the Willis Reed now. Yeah, it could be hashtag Willis Reed.
It's not about. I'm just saying that this is where.
Have your Willis Reed
This
moment.
is where Tom Thibodeau has to be a coach and go, wait a minute, what's my best chance to win? We got to stop the head of the snake. How do I do that? Who's my best athlete? Is he? Oh, I have this guy. Oh, he's on my roster. Oh, yeah, he's pissed off. He feels like he cost us a game.
Yeah.
And if he didn't, I'm going to make it feel like he cost us a game. But I'm going to give him a chance to make amends. And this is how you do it.
That's a great tweet, man. Good job. I like it.
I'm saying
Okay, and then I
that's-
added this
that's-
at the end. Jaylen Brown did this last year.
Yep. He did. Dallas.
Yep.
Do you take him and make it? We'll win the series and win it easy.
That's all you gotta do.
Yep. And he said, I'm going to kick this fucking Serbian's ass all the way back to Serbia. Fuck him and his fucking Serbian ass. Fucking pro since say 15, take some of this shit, motherfucker.
Oh wait, against Denver?
No. Against Dallas. Jaylen Brown.
Oh, you're talking Slovenian.
It was Slovenia.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Slovenia. I love Luka. Yeah, I badmouth him because I think he can be better.
All right, I made the post.
But
Let's
now
see
he's a
what
Laker,
happens.
which really sucks. Why couldn't you stay in
we still
Dallas?
fucking
Oh, you could because
recording?
you're too fat.
We are still recording.
Yeah, we are still recording.
Jesus.
Angel Reese,
It's only 50.
you're a slob.
You're a slob.
slob.
Hey, come on.
Mopperishness. A study in mopperishness. Hey, stop pining over Caitlin Clark's attention and go work on your game and develop your own, because I keep saying this, you are supremely talented.
Everybody wants to see you succeed.
I actually would love
Yeah,
to
yeah,
see
yeah.
you develop your game, because then you could have a rivalry. Right now, I'm saying a rivalry. This is a laughing stock. But you want to help this game? Work on yours. God, I'm good.
God, I'm
Redoubtable. Law dog. Highly. See you inside America.